So last night at Warhammer LVO, we got to see the newest Kill Team set coming out, and it's going to be called Kill Team Nightmare, which, as the name implies, means it's going to be a villain versus villain set, which I think is awesome. The first team we'll see is Night Lords, which are part of the Chaos Space Marines. So we already knew this set was coming, but I incorrectly thought it was going to be a standalone team, not part of one of these sets. So like I said, I was wrong about that in my last video. It will be part of Kill Team Nightmare. So I was kind of hoping it would be a standalone team, because that means we would have done the Night Lords and whatever two teams were in this set. Just because I've done videos about this before, but they're kind of behind on the Kill Team releases, in my opinion. There's a lot of teams that are still playing off the compendium, stuff like Tyranids and Custodians, and they just really need a refresh. So that's why I was hoping they were going to up the production schedule a little bit. I know for a lot of people it becomes too much to keep track of, or they would pay less attention to each individual team, so there are trade-offs. So I've talked about this before in the last announcement video, but Night Lords will most likely be heavily melee focused, and do a lot of, I guess the 40k equivalent would be Battle Shock, where they do things like lower your APL or injure you. Things that kind of replicate that fear and shock mechanic. There's been multiple teams that kind of have that mechanic before. I'm hoping they find like a new and interesting way to do it with Night Lords, since they are one of the most famous factions for just kind of terrifying their opponent. So hopefully that gets reflected well here. So the other team that's coming in this set are the Drukhari Mandrakes. So initially I love these miniatures. How the GW team painted them up looked so good, with like the shading in the hair and the Psyker fire they have. It looks fantastic. So if you're a really talented artist, I think this is one of those kill teams where even though they're relatively simple, you could really showcase your work. So I'm really excited to kind of see the community getting their hands on these. So this team initially looks like it will be fully melee, because they have like all scimitars and scythes and just melee weapons. But the guys that did the LVO preview did say they would be able to throw that fire, like the Psyker ability. So I'm not sure if that will be an actual Psyker ability where you can use it multiple different ways, or if that will just be a ranged weapon that is just their psychic fire. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So if you buy this set, you'll also get this big generator. It's supposed to match up with the water train that came with this season, but I think it would work pretty well in most 40k battlefields. If you don't actually have like this season's battlefield, you'll have to kind of make a judgment call on if you think this train would actually match up with what you have right now. It seems fairly generic, so I think for most people it would though. So the final thing for Kill Team isn't Kill Team exclusive here, but it's that the Kroot are getting a refresh. So if I had to guesstimate, I would say there's a higher percentage of Kill Team players that care about the Kroot than actual 40k players, just because we can have multiple different teams pretty easily. So I thought there'd be a lot of opportunity to either update your old team where you have the older models, or do some kit bashing for the Kroot Kill Team. So if you're a fan of fashions that wear other people's skin as clothes, it's a great time to be a Kill Team player. Thank you for watching.